Is it finally time for crypto to go up? Very good question to ask here. Something you can look at, friends, it's very interesting. You have the VIX Index. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show it to you. Remember the VIX Index, this is it. It's just called, they're called the fear index. It's the price of basically puts. They do like little computations on it. And remember, puts is downside insurance. So it's like car insurance. So if you're really, really scared that your car is going to get robbed because you're in a very dangerous neighborhood, you will pay more price for your insurance. Okay. And it's the same thing in the stock market. If you're very scared that stocks are going to keep going further and further, the amount of insurance you're willing to pay starts going up. And that is the VIX Index as well. Okay, so you can actually see it over time. I do cover it all the time when it does the big spikes here. So this, friend, was a freak accident. This was Japan's Pokemon Island. Whoa, went up to 65. Everyone was like, oh crap, it's over. But actually what happens is when the VIX is low for a long period of time, when things start to go the other way, it snaps. Because what happens is big positions are built up. And they're not used to, say, like the 100-tick ranges anymore. They're only used to like 10-tick ranges. Yeah, so when it starts having big moves, a lot of these systems get blown out, liquidity gets pulled, and it's basically just ends up being a cascading effect. Now, VIX has finished 45, it's very important because historically, I think the VIX, friends, if it hits 25, historically, if you look at the stock market, when it hits 25, it's a good dip buy. It's a good dip buy to buy the stock market. Whenever you see the 25 or higher, it's a good time to buy. Now, that's why this thing's showing you it hitting a whopping 45 as well. I like that. I like seeing the VIX high because there's a lot of fear. And you're like, okay, that's irrational fear, right? So it is wonderful that it happens. Maybe there's a chance that the stock market's bottomed out. Look what happened in zombie virus. This thing went to 86. Bang. It was huge, man. Like, look at this. Weak. The VIX was high, and snap as everything just kept cascading out, which is interesting. It's kind of funny, man. When we go back and think about the zombie virus, it feels like it was like a day event, but it wasn't, man. It lasted like these weeks, you know, because you don't remember it specifically in your time. You don't remember that it actually went through these days where it's cascading and things are getting better and worse and stuff out here. So I think that was fantastic that we did get a VIX 45 reading, just giving more optimism out here for the markets, and we can crank it together, friends. It does get tough out there. So with crypto, okay, crypto relative to stocks, we don't like to always talk about it, but we are an extension of the stock market. We're the new technology wave. Even though Bitcoin, you know, is meant to be long-term savings account, store of value outside of the government, as more money comes in, because they sold pretty much. Bitcoin sold, that's it. You want BlackRock in? Sweet. You want your market cap higher. Why do you need BlackRock in? You don't. It's just they want the number to go up. That's it. And also, you want to onboard the world. Let the free market play it out. It is what it is, okay? Also, the good news, right? Gold. So gold finishes down, which is great, friends. Gold looks like it did this topping chart thing, but also looked like it topped out early on, but we'll take it. That's pretty good, right? Because what I've noticed is, and you'll notice this too, in the midst of the chaos of the markets, like the dollar and the gold and stuff out here, when you're watching them in the normal markets, they're in sync. So like, you know, bonds go up, stocks go down a bit, right? Or when the bonds go down, stocks go up. The prices of them, or gold's going a bit down and stocks are going up. So a lot of the times they're in sync. But then you get what we saw basically on the Friday close, which is just like just big explosions. And then things just whack out. And because pretty much everyone's getting liquidated on many different CME accounts and stuff out here, they got to sell this and buy this. It's full chaos, not enough liquidity. Things get really, really out of whack. And by the way, because the fees so much, because everybody's like really, they're taken back like, oh, Trump tariffs, explode the economy, no more bull market, it's all a recession. They're just seeping that in. And I know I'm laughing about it, and it's just you, me, and Spoonie out here against the world, but these big portfolio fund managers, friends, they get feed too, because they're making like decisions, and they got to get like, you know, they got to make the right move to get their little 2% shitty little alpha performance thing, which, most of them suck at it anyway. They're basically just grifting everyone out here because they're underperforming the stock market most times. Most of them are. So then they get the fee too because they're like, oh crap, like if a recession is starting, then like we're going to underperform. I've got all these clients who have billions of dollars invested with us in the firm. I'm going to lose my account. So they get the fee as well. Everyone gets a fee. So they're like, oh crap. Okay, what we're going to do is let's just change the portfolio ratios, get me more gold, get me do this with the bonds just so I can sleep over the weekend. I don't have to do with more damage and stuff out here. So, so you and I, because we're not in the market, we're not like you don't have a gold futures position and stock market. We're in like crypto. We're like deep, down the alleyway. They don't look at this and say, sweet, time to get long, baby. Most of them don't. 95% don't. But this is an opportunity for us to keep believing. But for them, it's an opportunity for them to get long. So I wanted to point this out here to you because think about this. There's 252 trading days of the year. Yeah, there's like 5 or 10 where you just see a whack out like that. And I don't want to use the term free money, but they are free money. But the thing is, it's not really free. We have the benefit of hindsight because you get to wait for the close of the day. But people who were trading the deviations and stuff, the things deviated so much. It's just you get to walk into the end of the close, end of the session and go, oh, sweet, look at this fantastic opportunity, right? It's almost like your Bitcoin friends. Someone who doesn't look at Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin, one day, let's say it does get to 250K, yeah? And there's people, there's the stock market guys, they're like Johnson & Johnson baby bum powder. Let's say they literally don't look at crypto at all. They don't care. And then it hits 250K, yeah? And then let's say a year later, they get their stock market bonus. Let's actually look at the Bitcoin price. I should show you this now. So in this world, let's say there's a stock market cheater. Bitcoin goes to 250K, yeah? He doesn't buy it. A year later, December 2026, he gets his Christmas bonus. And he's like, right, and let's say Bitcoin was 250. Let's say it's down back to 78. So he gets to walk in and he's like, whoa, this is free money. Bitcoin's $80,000. It was $250,000. This is literally free money. So when you're looking at him, you want to kill him. You're not saying, bro, free money. We've been watching this thing go down every day for literally 365 days, every weekend, every Asia session. Asia session, friends, the worst session in crypto. Literally just dog shit, Jeets, can't hold anything, no real money for Ghazi, piece of crap, unreliable. We're just watching that go down, and then this person gets to walk in at the end of it just buy the blood. Yeah, but that's like us looking at the stock market doing the exact same thing here too. So that's why there is no free lunch in this game. If you're watching it every day, you're watching these little opportunities appear, but then eventually some of them don't work and they explode out to big ones. That's just a natural part of markets. So, on the big positive, right, gold stopping here. That's like, because what I'm explaining this here for you is because people will see this stuff out here and they forget the pumpy G music. They'll see it and they'll say, it can't be. It can't be. Everything's down. Everything's bad. I'm like, no, bro, it's one of those free money opportunities out here. You hear 250 days a year, 250 there's business trading days for the markets. You see stuff like this, oh, it's free money. But no, you and I can't really participate in it. But at least it's a sign that, maybe risk on assets. Maybe they really just need to wash out people and then continue to play later. Don't lose sight of the bigger picture as well, friends. So this is the US dollar. Remember when we were here, when we were beginning of the year, we were waiting. We're we need US dollar to go down. And it has been going down. This is the weekly chart. It has been going down. But then he said once again, the soy boys, the soy cabal come out, the soy boys, and they say, no. The US dollar going down, this is now for a bearish reason. It's because US economy's GDP is going down. The rest of the world doesn't need to buy their bonds because the rest of the world is becoming more of a closed circle economy. They don't want to pay the taxes. And look, it's cute. I just don't think it's going to play out like that, bro. I just don't think. I think, look, friends, here's the thing, okay? America's the big whale and everyone else is the little fish. Yeah? The little fish can go swim in their own direction. They can. But eventually they'll be like, you know what, man? Just freaking pay up with it. Screw this. I can't be bothered dealing with this. They'll do that. They will literally, they have to do that. You have to succumb to that. It's just, how much are you, by the way, we learned this always from crypto. When one country comes and just capitulates, they all will. I can already tell. One or two countries be like, you know what? Okay. We're going to move some stuff over. We'll pay the taxes. Everything's cool, Mr. President. Once they do that, maybe Trump says nice things about him. He's like, you know what, Vietnam, Scam Long Dong, their president. Congratulations on that PDI income. You got a great country. And then that reverberates out here. And we might even see the US dollar continue to go down as that risk on asset thing like subsides and everything go on out here. Just to remind you as well, the weekly chart for Dixie, this is what happened in 2017. All right. It was the same thing going down, right? Same thing going down. And then we had the little screw, like just hang out here. And then we went down again for the second wave. So look, I'm praying, friends, that just like this to me means, man, it means crypto's lagging so hard, man. Crypto, like we've got the fact that these things like drop like a rock. I feel like, man, ETH's got to go up vertical and continue out here. But we know what it comes down to, man. That business cycle, huh? 29 months under 50. All we can do is keep on believing. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.